Okay, this is Matthew 25, and there's three sections in this. They're all similar length, and they are coming off the back of talking about the coming of the Son of Man. So Matthew 23, 24, 25 are all deeply important. 23 is just a bit of a tirade into the Pharisees, and then Jesus is talking about the end times and then his return through 24, and it's saying, be vigilant, be on guard. No one knows when, but you can look out for the season, and there are, if you have your spiritual antennae working, indicators. And then chapter 25 is going into a lot more detail about how to be spiritually prepared. So, the parable of the wise and foolish virgins. Then the kingdom of heaven shall be likened to 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the bridegroom. Now 5 of them were wise and 5 were foolish. Those who were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. But while the bridegroom was delayed, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight a cry was heard, Behold, the bridegroom is coming, go out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said to the wise, Give us some oil, for our lamps are going out. But the wise answered, saying, No, lest there should not be enough for us and you. But go rather to those who sell and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went in with him to the wedding, and the door was shut. Afterward the other virgins came also, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Assuredly, I say to you, I do not know you. Watch, therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour in which the Son of Man is coming. After this, you have the parable of the talents, and then the next section is the Son of Man will judge the nations. Now, I won't read them through, but the parable of the talents is talking about a master who gives to 3 faithful servants talents, and he gives 1 10, 1 5, and 1 1. So a talent is a denomination of money. Now the one that has 10 talents doubles it. One has 5, also doubles it. And the one who has 1 hides it, and he says, I was worried that you would rebuke me, so here, have your 1 talent back. And the master says, well, you're a fool. I could have put that in the bank and got interest. He says to the other 2 who doubled what he gave them, thank you, you've been faithful. Here, let me give you more that you can take charge of. And then the Son of Man will judge the nations. When the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then he will sit on the throne of his glory. All the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate them from one another, as a shepherd divides his sheep from the goats. And he will set the sheep on his right hand, and the goats on his left. Then the king will say to those on his right hand, Come, you blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. Then the righteous will answer him, saying, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you drink? When did we see you a stranger and take you in? And the king will answer and say to them, Assuredly, I say to you, inasmuch as you did it to one of the least of these, my brethren, you did it to me. Then he will also say to those on the left, Depart from me, you cursed, into the everlasting fire prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me no food. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you did not take me in, naked, and you did not clothe me, sick and in prison, and you did not visit me. Then they will also answer him, saying, Lord, When did we see you hungry or thirsty or a stranger or naked or sick or in prison, and did not minister to you? Then he will answer them, saying, Assuredly, I say to you, inasmuch as you did not do it to one of the least of these, you did not do it to me. And these will go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into eternal life. So, it's saying, the first section is, put oil in your lamps. There's 10 virgins, and you want to be ready. I think the next 2 sections of this chapter are explaining how to be ready. So, are you using your fruits, your gifts, wisely? That's what the parable of the talents is saying. And like, we all have our own gifts. We're all good or established or knowledgeable in certain areas. So it's important to just know that about yourself and say, I'm going to try and spread the message, spread the gospel, or like work in a way that glorifies God. So I think for me, that's maybe what I'm trying to do here. And I'm not trying to anchor it to the wise virgins, or maybe I am. No, I should be. I really should be. But I'm trying to spread the gospel in a way I know how to, which is communicating, and I'm trying to make it known. And if there's anyone who's an atheist or curious, agnostic, I'm trying to walk you through the Bible, through the teachings, and hopefully do it in an accessible way. So I think that's me trying to use my talents, and it's not talents, or maybe it is talents in that sense. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, and then the next section is looking out for one another. So this is the main message that Jesus is giving, is to be kind, to be loving, to give, even when it's hard, even when it gets in the way of life or what we want to do, what we have planned, even if it means giving parts of ourselves that we'd rather not. And it could be like an emotional sacrifice, it could be financial, it could be time, it could be energy, sleep, food, clothing, shelter, a space on your sofa. But Jesus is saying to us, well, that's how you have oil in your lamp. It's like you just care for each other and you try and honor your own gifts inside. I think it is that simple. So it's like, just be a good person and honor yourself. Don't betray yourself. And doesn't have to be overcomplicated, and it shouldn't be too performative. It's just being really authentic and kind, even when it's hard.